Most people think that Ramadan simply destroys muscle. They are wrong, but it can do if you eat and train incorrectly. Can you really fast between 5:25 a.m. and 5:25 p.m. as in UK now, with no food, no water, and still keep the size? Or does it automatically, this fasting, destroy your gains? Every year I see the same mistake. People either stop training completely, most of them do. Oh, I'm fasting, I can't train. Or they train the same way as usual. Oh, I'm strong, I can do this, even if I'm fasting, I can do it. I'm going to train the same as usual. But both of these approaches are actually wrong. And today I will show you the benefits of Ramadan fasting, the dangers if it is done incorrectly, the best time to train, what to eat and when, and how to actually improve your insulin sensitivity and body composition during this period. If done correctly, Ramadan can actually improve your physique. Unfortunately, most of the time, most of the people doing it wrongly, and they actually put on weight during Ramadan. For the ones who are new to my channel, I am Dr. Nash Jocic, former bodybuilding champion. I have competed 46 times around the world and won 17 titles. During that time, I have coached over 3,500 clients and helped them to get in the best shape of their lives. I've been in bodybuilding for over 40 years, and I have also published for you 12 ebooks which are fully loaded with essential information about everything you always wanted to know about bodybuilding. Things like muscle growth, fat loss, training splits, number of sets, number of reps, nutrition, lifestyle change, and much, much more. So if you really want to deepen your knowledge and widen your horizons, simply click on that link in the comments and you can access my ebooks. Since lots of my Muslim friends ask me to talk about Ramadan, training during Ramadan, and the best way of eating, and also a lot of you who send the same comments and requests on my channel, I decided to do this video in order to help you to preserve your muscle, even build the muscle during Ramadan, and also improve your metabolic health. So if it's done correctly, Ramadan can actually be very, very beneficial for you. So what fasting actually does to your body? When you fast for 12 hours, first of all, your insulin drops. You know that in many videos that I have already published on the subject, it's very important that your insulin levels are low and they are steady throughout the day. So fasting for 12 hours will actually help you to achieve that. Also, glucagon, which is the hormone that actually burns body fat, rises. So you want insulin down and you want glucagon up. And this is exactly what happens during the 12-hour fast. Also, growth hormone levels increase. Growth hormone is the most important hormone for rejuvenating your tissues, organs, everything. So also is a very potent muscle builder and also the most potent fat burning hormone. So you have so many very important hormonal benefits. Insulin down, glucagon up, and growth hormone up. Also, because of these changes, your fat oxidation increases. Also, the cellular cleanup improves via the process known as autophagy. So this is basically all positive because it creates your metabolic flexibility. And most of the people in the West usually start eating from the moment they wake up and until the moment they go to bed. And this is why people across the world, regardless of their cultural heritage, get fat, because the moment you start eating, first thing in the day when you wake up, all the way through, your insulin is always going to be very high. So one of the ways to prevent that is obviously to implement type of fasting which actually Ramadan allows. So if it's done correctly, it is going to benefit you greatly. Ramadan forces a hormonal reset. So hormonal effects of fasting during Ramadan are the lower insulin exposure, also improved insulin sensitivity. I have done the whole video on that subject. And why is improved insulin sensitivity so important for muscle growth and fat loss? Also, you have higher growth hormone pulses and better nutrient partitioning after the fast. That means that when you're eating after the fast, your body is much more efficient in directing nutrients directly into the muscle, not fat. Obviously, if you eat right food at the right time. But we are going there, and I will explain to you in a minute how to do that. Now, there are also dangers when you practice fasting for 12 hours during Ramadan, there are a lot of things that actually where people go wrong. Ramadan is not just food fasting; is also water fasting. So from 5:25 a.m. to 5:25 p.m. in UK, there is no food, no fluids, and this changes things, right? So the risks they are obvious. Number one, dehydration. Number two is electrolyte imbalance, because when you don't drink water and don't eat, this can happen. Also, reduced training performance, cortisol elevation if sleep is poor, and obviously overeating junk food and wrong food at the sunset. So this is something that happens most of the time with most of the people. Most of the people fast all day and then they break fast with sugar, with fried foods, with refined carbohydrates, and they have absolutely massive carbohydrate overload. And this actually defeats the hormonal benefit. So instead of benefiting from the fast, you are actually defeating that benefit by simply eating the wrong type of food and overloading with carbohydrates. Now, should you train during Ramadan? The answer is simple. Yes, you should train, but obviously intelligently. You do not stop training. Muscle is preserved by stimulus. So if there is no stimulus, muscle will go. You will experience muscle loss. So during Ramadan, you should continue training, but intensity and volume must be adjusted because obviously you are not in the normal circumstances when it comes to the normal food intake and water intake. And after understanding that you should continue training, you should also understand that training should be adjusted. So it cannot be the same amount of the same volume and also same level of intensity. So this has to be acknowledged. Now, the best time to train, there are three options, right? So option number one is to train 30 to 60 minutes before breaking fast. And this is best option for most people. I'll explain to you why. You finish your workout and immediately after you can rehydrate and eat. So minimal dehydration window post-training is obvious, but you can have water with electrolytes and also eat immediately after your workout, which will be preferable. Now, the option two is that you train 1 to 2 hours after breaking fast. And this is also an excellent option. So you can hydrate, eat small protein-based meal, and then you train. And then you eat again after training. So this may be the best option for preserving your strength, for example. And option three is morning training while fasting. And this is the worst option. So don't do that. This is not ideal because of the high dehydration risk. So you don't want to train before you start fasting because you actually burn calories, you lose water, you lose electrolytes during your workout. But if you fast immediately after that kind of workout, then obviously you're doing very, very low benefits, for you actually doing a lot of damage. And this is a very wrong way of doing it. So once again, the best way to train, option one, 30 to 60 minutes before breaking fast, and option two, 1 to 2 hours after breaking fast. So basically you need to adjust and see what actually works the best for you. Now, when it comes to training adjustment, again, let me remind you, as I said, that the training cannot be the same because you're not eating and drinking as you would do during normal circumstances. So now during Ramadan, you don't. And you have to understand that your training intensity should be lower and also your training volume. So you need to reduce your volume. For example, if you were doing, let's say, 20 sets for large muscle groups, now you should do maybe 14, 12 to 14, maybe 16, but I would advise 12 to 14 sets. So you drop for probably 20-25% of your volume. Also, you keep your intensity high, but not as high as during normal circumstances. You should focus on compound movements because they're the best for preserving muscle mass rather than isolation exercises. You need to avoid excessive cardio. I would not advise any cardio apart from the only low intensity, long duration exercise that I advise for everybody, and this is outdoor walking. And you should maintain your progressive overload principle although your intensity has to be lower. So you need to understand that during the fast, during Ramadan, you need to adjust your workout. So this is mainly for people who want to keep muscle, preserve muscle, and also for some people who want to build muscle, because this is also possible, because muscle is built depending on the stimulus. So if you are a beginner and you are fasting during Ramadan, if you implement this advice, you can still build muscle because you're a beginner. But also if you follow my nutritional advice. Now, let me talk to you about what to eat and when. So 5:25 a.m. pre-fast meal, you need to eat high protein, moderate to high fat, very low carbohydrates, maybe not at all, and high electrolytes. So the best food to eat would be obviously eggs, meat, maybe Greek yogurt. You can eat olive oil. If you want some fruits, I will stick to berries because they're very low in sugar. And absolutely important, non-negotiable, you need to drink water with electrolytes. So water with electrolytes, maybe that will be the best thing to have first, and then maybe 20 minutes, 15 minutes after that, you eat your meal. You need to avoid high sugar, processed carbohydrates, and like loads of pasta, a lot of bread, a lot of rice, big cereal bowls, because this is actually going to spike your blood sugar. And then you're going to crash and be hungry again. So basically, you want to avoid hunger. And the only way to avoid hunger is actually to avoid the insulin spike immediately after that, a glucose crash. So these high carbohydrate meals should be avoided during fast. You need to rely mainly on protein and fat. This will delay hunger, so you will go much easier during your long 12 hours fast. Now at 5 p.m., 5:25, as I'm talking this in UK, obviously, it may be different somewhere else, breaking fast. Again, number one thing to do, which is the most important thing, is water with electrolytes. So you didn't, for 12 hours, you didn't eat. This is not a big deal for the body, but you didn't drink any water, so that's the problem. Now, the first thing to do is obviously to give the body what body needs the most, and this is water with electrolytes. So the best thing to do is just either get your mixed already electrolyte supplement, or actually add salt. Salt is the most important. Salt, potassium, and magnesium in the water, and then you will give the body the most essential minerals to rehydrate. Because if you just drink water without electrolytes, that water won't hydrate you. That water will simply go through the body and actually rob you of scarce minerals that you are already losing during the 12 hours fast. So make sure you always have electrolytes in your water. After that, you should have again protein-based meal with medium or high amount of fat. That will again keep you satisfied for longer. And if you want some carbohydrates, you can have, let's say, dates, but maybe one or two, not more than that. Meat, obviously, chicken, you can eat liver. I would suggest vegetables. Obviously, salt in your food. Salt normally, because it's the number one mineral. Sodium is the most important mineral in the body. But remember, protein must be a priority. Now, post-training meal, again, you can have high protein source. Now you can have some carbohydrates, maybe sweet potato, maybe a bit of rice. Obviously, healthy fats, which will be inside in your protein meal anyway. Let's say if you eat steak, but also if you have salads or vegetables, use olive oil, which is very good. Have avocado as well, amazing healthy fat. And when it comes to protein, aim again for anywhere from 2 to 3 grams of protein per kg of body weight. That will be the best advice that you can do, that you can take on board and satisfy your protein requirements during fasting. Now, when it comes to water strategy, you must drink enough water. You should drink minimum 35 to 45 milliliters of water per kg of body weight. So that means if your body if you're 100 kgs, you should be drinking 4.5 liters of water a day. That's minimum, right? So drink your water, always add electrolytes, as I said, pre-made mixture in the supplement of electrolytes, or if you don't have that, simply put some sodium, potassium, and magnesium, and you will actually give your body the best that you can do. Without electrolytes and without proper hydration, your workout is not going to happen. The most important actually thing before and during your workout will be properly hydrated muscles. So remember that, that's very critical. Now the question that a lot of people ask is, but can I actually build muscle during Ramadan? And the answer is yes, especially for beginners. If you are intermediate, maybe you can have a slight gain, but the main target for intermediate bodybuilders during Ramadan is to maintain muscle size, not necessarily to build, although you can build a little bit of new muscle. Now, when it comes to advanced bodybuilders, you need to focus on maintaining muscle mass and improving insulin sensitivity. So Ramadan can offer you lots of benefits, and that, first of all, can be a fat loss phase if it's done properly. It's a fantastic opportunity for you to lose body fat because you're going to be fasting for 12 hours. Your insulin sensitivity will increase, your glucagon will go up, your growth hormone will increase, and you will actually have all the boxes ticked regarding fat loss. So eat correctly, don't spoil this hormonal advantage of fasting during Ramadan. Also, your metabolic reset, hormones will reset itself and will balance itself perfectly during Ramadan if you're eating correctly, as I mentioned. And this is another hormonal recalibration period. So for all these reasons that I have mentioned, you should start growing faster after Ramadan because you have cleaned your body, you have fasted, you have burned body fat. Most importantly, you have increased your insulin sensitivity, which is a sine qua non in, as we say in science, for muscle growth. You have to have high insulin sensitivity. Now, Ramadan has offered you that opportunity. And again, if done properly, you will benefit with more muscle growth after Ramadan. Obviously, do not spoil those benefits by jumping on wrong food after Ramadan immediately, overeating carbohydrates, overeating food in general. Stick to the principles that I have outlined in so many of my videos, and you can actually make this Ramadan very beneficial for you. Now, let me give you the final message. Ramadan is not muscle death. It is a tool. If you, obviously, train smart, eat strategically, hydrate correctly, and sleep properly, you can maintain size, you can even build muscle, you can improve your insulin sensitivity, and enhance your body composition by actually losing body fat and eventually increasing muscle mass. Fasting is not weakness, it is a discipline, so use it intelligently. Guys, let me remind you once again that I have published 12 ebooks which are fully loaded with detailed explanation about everything you always wanted to know about bodybuilding. And if you're serious about building muscle and finally losing body fat, simply click on that link in the comments and you can access my ebooks. Also, I would like you to watch this video in which I introduce my other services, actually ways that I can work with you one-to-one, and I can personally help you get in the best shape of your life. My services include personalized training programs, personalized nutritional programs, telephone consultations, online coaching, and also for people who live in London, personal training. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If you didn't, like the video, share the video, send me your comments. I will try to answer as many comments as possible. And until the next video, I wish you all the best.